Hi everyone, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. I've talked a lot about IJS. A whole lot about IJS. The reality is that most skaters are working their way up to IJS. Until you reach the juvenile level, most competitions, including Compete USA competitions, still use 6.0 scoring, not IJS. The 6.0 system has been the long-standing judging system for figure skating. IJS is based on cumulative points rather than the 6.0 standard of marks and placement. If you're interested in learning more about IJS, I have a whole bunch of videos. There are links to all of them in the description down below. Before the ISU introduced IJS, all we had was 6.0. And while it is pretty straightforward, it can still be confusing, especially if you're new to figure skating. Scoring for figure skating is different from how any other sport is scored. So in this video, I'm going to explain what you need to know if you're competing under 6.0 scoring. Let's dive right in. The basic principle of the 6.0 system is a majority system. Each event has an odd number of judges. The winner is the skater that placed highest by most of the judges. The judges' scores are not averaged, nor are they added together. Contrary to popular belief, neither the high or the low score is thrown out. The system is designed to weigh the majority of the scores. This is also effective in minimizing the negative impact of judges' scores that differ from the majority. Here's how it works. There must be at least 3 judges, and sometimes there are up to 9 for each event. But there always must be an odd number of judges. Having an odd number of judges ensures that the scoring system accurately places the skaters. For all Compete USA approved events, the judging panel will be selected by the local organizing committee and may include non-official judges. In this case, judges may be qualified skaters or coaches who are at least 16 years old or older, and people that are trial judging. The judges may not be related to the competitors. All judges need to be US Figure Skating or Learn to Skate USA members. It is also recommended that at least one of the judges be an official US Figure Skating judge. But for a Compete USA event that is held in conjunction with a non-qualifying competition, only official judges will be appointed for introductory levels and above. Judges must judge independently. They're not supposed to stand or sit together, or talk to each other, or with spectators. They can't even talk to the contestants while they're judging. They are also not supposed to compare their notes. Judges are instructed to place the skaters based on the quality of their skating and required elements. What this means for you as a skater is that it's best to perform a skill with a better quality than a skill with a higher level of difficulty performed poorly. Your goal should be to demonstrate a well-balanced program that includes all the elements required. Let's say you're competing at the basic 6 level and a beginning 1-foot spin is required. Your best 1-foot spin is from a pivot. Your spin is centered, has good speed, stability, and you're getting the required maximum of 3 revolutions. Judges look for spins that are well-centered with good speed. They're also looking to make sure you get the required number of revolutions. So your spin from a pivot would theoretically be scored higher than if you were to attempt a scratch spin that is unstable, slow, travels, and maybe only has 2 revolutions. I say this is in theory, because even judges that have a good, solid understanding of what makes a technically correct jump or spin, there is still some subjectiveness in the process of judging, especially with 6.0 scoring. Programs are comprised of many different elements. You'll perform some elements very well and others not so well. That's completely expected. Having a mixture of judges ensures that various opinions are considered when evaluating your program. The judges won't always agree. Some judges may favor spins, some may favor jumps, others may favor speed and power, and some may favor gracefulness, while others may prefer athletic skating. Even though the panel results may appear to have mixed opinions, that variety actually helps to ensure that you and all skaters are fairly treated. Each judge awards each competitor marks on a scale ranging from 0 to 6. For the basic elements and compulsory events, you'll receive 1 mark. for technical merit. This mark expresses a judge evaluation of the quality of the required element skated. But for free skate events, judges provide 2 marks. The first is the technical mark. The second mark is for your presentation. This mark is just as important and counts for half of your total score when it comes to free skating events. The judges will consider how well you skated your program with the music for this mark. They'll be looking at your choreography and how well you demonstrate your expression and timing. The presentation mark reflects a judge's assessment of the program as a whole, its composition, originality, use of ice, style, and expression of the music. When the skater's technical ability is similar for free skate events, the skaters with the better presentation mark will place higher. Your presentation is critical for your placement. I have other videos all about the components. While most of them do refer to IJS, many judges are now so fluent in IJS that they're using the same criterion when providing you with your second mark. I highly suggest that you check out those videos. It'll help you to do your best to think like a judge. There's a link to all those videos in the description down below. Getting back to scoring. For most competitions, judges are asked to keep the marks within a 1-point range, such as marks between 1.0 and 1.9 or 2.0 and 2.9. Accountants prefer judges do not use numbers less than 1.0. Our mark of 6 is theoretically outstanding. 5 is very good, 4 is good, 3 is mediocre, 2 is poor, 1 very poor, and 0 means not skated if you didn't perform an element, for example. In Compete USA, there will be no more than 6 skaters maximum in any event. As the judges watch each skater perform, they're considering the skills involved at your level and deciding if you are A, proficient or advanced with strong skating skills and ready to move on to the next level, B, average skating skills like you're middle of the class, or C, weak skating skills, you need more practice before moving on to the next level. The judge is first thinking about which category they will see your skating. Is it A, B, or C? Then the judge is comparing to the other skaters in the group that they've placed in that same category. It's up to the judge to decide which skater is better and give that skater the higher mark. This method helps judges to make comparisons between skaters quickly. On the judging form, each required element is listed at the top of every column. There's also a space provided after each skater's name for the judge to make notes. Judges can use any method they choose that helps them to remember what they saw. Some examples. Judges sometimes make notes such as plus or minus, A, B, C for each required element. They write short text notes about what was good or bad about the element. They'll use a simple 1 to 10 evaluation of how well the element was executed. Judges may circle or underline the jump, spin, or footwork on which a fall occurred, or write an arrow pointing down. Judges can also add pluses or minuses after a jump, spin, or footwork to help them remember if they thought it was well done or not. Then they'll assign you with marks based on how they evaluated your skating skills. Here's an example. A equals 2.7, 2.8, 2.9. B equals 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, 2.6. And C is 2.0, 2.1, or 2.2. Deductions for Snowplow Sam, Basic 1 through 6, and Free Skate 1 through 6 events. 0.2 for each element included from a higher level. 0.1 for not doing a required element. 0.1 to 0.2 not according to requirements or rules. Deductions for Excel and well-balanced events. 0.1 from each mark for each technical element included that is not permitted in the event description. 0.2 from the technical mark for each extra or lacking element. 0.1 for any spin with less than the required revolutions. Judges are asked to keep the quality of the skater's overall performance in mind when taking these deductions. While there should always be a penalty, they're asked to keep it in perspective. When assigning marks to a skater, a judge will first think about how they would rate their overall skating, category A, B, or C. Then they would take the deduction. Here's an example. In this example, skater 5 has dropped down to second place, but skater 1 remained in fourth place. Unlike IJS, you're not going to receive a protocol or even an itemized scoring sheet. You're not going to see those judges' sheets. Neither the audience nor the skater will know the actual scores. The scoring sheets are used by the judges and the accountant. This isn't something we actually see. Instead, you see a processed version of the judges' scores. We call these ordinals. Ordinals are the ranking or placement assigned by each judge to all skaters in the flight or skating group. The technical and presentation scores are added together to arrive at a composite score for each skater. When the event is completed, the judge's score sheet is used to find the skater with the highest total score. That skater is placed first on that judge's sheet and receives the judge's number 1 ordinal. The skater with the second highest score gets the number 2 ordinal until the last skater is placed. If a judge consistently marks high or low, it shouldn't negatively impact the result because the actual scores are not used to compute the final placements. Instead, only the final ordered placement is counted. When the results are posted, you may find that you received a variety of ordinals. When this happens, as it often does, it means that the skaters were equally matched and the event was challenging to judge. Let's look at the translation process from scores to ordinals. Suppose there are 5 skaters in a pre-preliminary free skate event. Here we have the results given by one judge for those skaters. It shows the translation of the scores to the ordinals. This process is repeated for each judge on that event's panel. Once the ordinal values for each skater are computed, the results from the full panel of judges are combined to find the final placements. This is the part that most people find confusing. Honestly, it is confusing. It's different from how any other sport scores, but it's really not that complicated. Let's break it down. First place is usually pretty straightforward. Whoever gets a majority of 1s comes in first. Once you figured out first place, you mentally change any remaining 1 placements to 2s. Then you find the skater with the most 2s. That skater comes in second place. Now you find the remaining placements using the same method. The remaining higher valued scores are converted to the value of the level that you're looking for. Then you find the majority at that level. Pretty straightforward, yet pretty confusing. Sometimes some other confusing things manage to make it even more complicated. There's always something, right? It's that majority thing. Let's say you have a panel with 5 judges. In that case, you must get at least 3 of something to receive that placement. So if the judges are split and no skater has absolute majority, the placements are tallied for the next place down. For example, no skater has 3 placements in the first position. In that case, all the number 1s will be converted to number 2s. That skater would be awarded first place. Then you go down the list to award the other positions. Let me show you. Here, first place was determined by counting who has the most 2s. Susie, even though she received fewer first place ordinals than Ava, and Nicole still had the most judges that thought she should place near the top. This also demonstrates another rule, greater majority. You'll notice that both Susie and Ava have a majority of second place ordinals. Rather than immediately looking for third place ordinals after placing Susie, you use Ava's lesser majority of 2s to place her in second. Susie was placed higher because she has the greater majority. The column labeled low majority, indicates the basis that the position was calculated. 4/1, for example, indicates that the skater received credit for 4 first place ordinals. And an indication of 3/4 means that the skater received credit for 3 fourth place ordinals. Does that make sense? Leave me a comment down below and let me know. Compete USA competitions try to avoid ties by asking judges to add their marks together to make sure that they don't inadvertently tie 2 skaters. When the total of the 2 marks are the same for 2 skaters, the skater with the higher presentation mark will place higher. Ties are sometimes possible. This may happen because you mentally convert higher scores to the score. It's possible that 2 or more skaters can end up with the same number of placements. Fortunately, the rulebook specifies how ties can be resolved. If 2 or more competitors have obtained a majority of judges for the same place, the place in question will be awarded to the competitor with the greater majority of judges making the placement. If two or more competitors have received majorities for the same place from the same number of judges, the place in question will be awarded to the competitor with the lowest total ordinals from those judges, forming the majority. When calculating the number of placements, you've already converted higher value ordinals down to those representing the level you're trying to resolve. When you're faced with a tie, the skater who had some higher place votes would be favored. That is precisely what total majority does. There will be times when you will be unhappy with your placement or how you skated. You may disagree with the results. The judges do their best to call it as they see it. Try to take a deep breath and count to 10. Judges are all non-paid volunteers. Many judges are former skaters who enjoy still being actively involved and giving back to the sport that they love. Always treat every judge and official with courtesy and respect. Chances are pretty good that you'll be seeing these same judges for years to come. Remember, all placements are final unless there has been an accounting error. Decisions made by the referee or competition chair are final, so there really isn't any point in challenging the results. It's best to always skate your best performance and not worry about the other skaters. It's okay if you make mistakes. This is how you learn and grow. A strong finish can make a great impression. Have a good time, be confident, and be proud of yourself just for competing. I promise you, this will show in your skating. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with somebody else that it could help. Just post it to your social media too. I post videos every week that can help you with your figure skating, nutrition, and live a better life. And I have one coming out all about Compete USA. So remember to subscribe and ring that bell so that you never miss a video. This is Amy, happy skating. I will see you real soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.